to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
It's Ebro in the Morning. It's Laura Stiles and Rosenberg. We are talking to rap legend, Houston icon, Paul Wall. What's happening, man?
What it do? What it do, baby? What's up? Hope y'all good, man. Great talking to y'all.
You too, man.
So as we go through this conversation today, we'd like you every 3 minutes to change your background, if that's possible. And take us through some sort of like virtual Paul Wall, Zoom background experience.
Yes, I set my ping. Every time it ping, I'll change it.
Oh, okay. So what are we seeing right now in your background?
This one of my sets of Grillz in my background. Some nasty right there. Some invisible set. Hello, Princess Cut. Hello.
Oh my God, so sparkly.
So how is the Grillz business currently?
Oh man, to see where it came when I jumped into the business and to see where it is now, it's incredible. It's amazing. First of all, shout out to my partner Johnny Dang. He gave me my start to really become a go-getter and just to go change my own destiny, and the Grillz really opened a lot of doors for me. When he allowed me to start selling Grillz for him, and I just was selling them out my trunk, it was some experience for me that I wanted Grillz. That's how I got into them, but to be able to sell them to other people too. And at that time in the business, it was a cutthroat, The markup price on the Grillz was like, if it cost $1,000 to make, they were selling it for $4,000 or $5,000.
Right.
And Johnny came into the game, just lowered the prices a little bit, being that he was the actual wholesaler that was making the Grillz. You know what I'm saying? For the salesman like myself.
But Paul, educate me real quick, because I always thought that each grill has to be custom made to your mouth. So how do you sell them out of the trunk of your car?
He walks around with clay.
Yep. You got to have that grill mold kit with you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
in your backpack. You pull it out that bag, and then boom, boom, right there, you get your grill mold real darn quick. And let me take it back to the shop. A week or so later, there you go.
Okay.
So you had a better price than what people were selling at the time, and you had the on the go grill kit on the go, mobile grill kit mobile, and your turnaround time. How was your turnaround time?
We was quick with it. And, there was a lot of scammers and hustlers in the grill business like there is in, most businesses, you know what I'm saying? And that's really how I built my name up. I had so many personal friends that wanted Grillz, and I'm not going to screw over my friends, my partner. I'm going to hook them up. So, all right, look, I'm going to hook you up. I'm not going to make no money off of you. I'm going to give you whatever the cost is. Man, just, shout me out, promote me, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And that really worked, just not me giving something, but me not taking from them. Whatever it costs, that's what I'm going to give it to you for. I'm not going to make no money off of it. And then pretty quick, I got a good name of having a top quality grill, just because when people wanted something cheap, I kind of talk them out of it. If somebody says, all I got is $500, I want the whole thing top and bottom with diamonds. Well, you're going to get some cheap diamonds if you want to, fill up the whole top and bottom with only $500, So I might say, hey, instead of doing that, why don't you just get a bottom? And instead of icing the whole thing, why don't you just ice out one or two teeth, but have them icy, and just me just steering the customer in a way, kind of understanding what they wanted, and then understanding the backside of how to make it, and then giving them the best bang for their buck. It really gave me a good name for myself.
Now, go ahead. I have one grill question before Rosenberg. Sorry.
Well, I still had a grill question as well.
Oh, I just wanted to know about teeth damage. Have you had people buy bad grills from people and they damage their teeth? And because I've definitely heard of that.
Yeah, definitely, man. A lot of that comes from just personal hygiene. Now, I'm not going to put it all on that, but a lot of that comes from personal hygiene. Now, if I get a grill, a lot of people who get grills think that a grill is a substitution for your teeth. It is not. You still got to brush your teeth. Even if your grills are permanent, you still got to brush your teeth, floss, everything that you might have to do. You might have to do it actually even more, being that you got grills. So, on top of that, though, there are people, if you take a bad mold, for instance, if I take your mold right now, Ebro, and I take it out too quick and it's not finished drying, then it'll shrink down. I actually had done that before, and it's kind of embarrassing when you get somebody that grill and just because you were rushing to take a mold, all right, you take a quick mold and then you give them their grill back and it just don't fit. It's a little too tight. It's a little too man. It's embarrassing. So it only took me one time to make that mistake, and you know what I'm saying, from that point on I learned. But that's what it's about, you know, just getting a good quality mold and then not rushing through the process of when you make it. And then you know, whether you got a pull-out grill or you got one that's permanent, I've seen people who get them permanent, and then, you know, for whatever reason, at the same time, you know, they might have rushed when they got them put in, or, you know what I'm saying, they might have, you know, not shaved the gold down just enough so it stick up a little awkward, or your teeth hurt, or it mess your teeth. But, you know, at the same time, if I got a rotten tooth, you know, right now, if I got a rotten tooth and I don't really know it's rotten, but I got a rotten tooth, and then I go get, you know, Grillz put on it, and the dentist who's cementing the Grillz in, they not trying to, you know, give me dental care. They just trying to make the money off of cementing the Grillz in. And then, you know, a year from now, 2 years from now, my tooth already rotten. But a year or 2 years from now, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It's gonna mess up. But like I say, a lot of that comes from the personal dental hygiene of what you do and how you take care of your teeth. If you take care of your teeth, they're gonna be good whether you got Grillz or not.
Why do people go with the permanent, Paul? What is the logic behind being like, I want to keep this in my mouth forever?
It's cap, all cap, man. You know, the only legitimate purpose of doing that is if you got rotten teeth or messed up teeth,
like my aunts back in the day who used to get the gold framework. Remember the gold caps?
Right.
Yep.
Because they needed
the
a filling or whatever,
frame.
or they put the little, remember the around the tooth joint, the old school joint went around the tooth.
Yeah. Nowadays though, if they getting permanent, most people who are getting permanent just to say mine are permanent. That's the only reason. Now mine are not permanent. I've changed my Grillz out for 20 plus years, and you know, I know people who got theirs permanent 20 years ago. And I'm satisfied I chose the route I did, because, you know, when you get your teeth put in permanent like that, you know, it's that's it. Now, I have seen people get them removed, and, you know, then they get their teeth cleaned, and they might get a new set of upgrade Grillz and get those put in. A lot of people go that route as well. But, I mean, me personally, I want to take care of my teeth, you know what I'm saying? And it's very hard to eat when you got Grillz in your mouth. You got to eat on your molars like a cow. You got to chew like a cow. You know what I'm saying? The Grillz, your teeth are sharp. You know what I'm saying? Your human teeth are sharp, but the Grillz aren't as sharp on the tip. So if you're trying to eat like steak or something like that, oh man, nah,
you're just gnawing at it. You're just hoping you could bend it.
Yeah, that's that cow. You got to eat like a cow. You got to graze.
What's the most expensive grill you've ever like thrown away by accident or left at a restaurant sitting in a napkin or?
I definitely threw away a $15,000 grill before.
Oh my God.
That was my favorite grill. I hated that grill. It was actually, I was sitting in my car outside my house talking to my lawyer, and it was a real intense conversation, so I wasn't focused at all. I had a whole little set of jewelry I had, and it was just, I don't know what it was in my bag, but it was like a little pouch, and it had a set of earrings, my grills, some other stuff, man, and it was an intense conversation. When I got off the phone, you know, I was eating in my car. I was sitting in my car outside my house for hours on this phone, not paying attention. And then when I, you know, got up, threw it all away in the trash and didn't realize until the trash came, I was so hot.
Oh, my God.
I threw away some Grillz at a restaurant, too, one time. Same thing. You know, I usually don't take my Grillz out, like, in public like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I don't know. When I go to a restaurant, it seems like all eyes on me. Everybody saying, oh, is he going to eat with his Grillz? He's going to take them out. So I'm not going to take them out. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, you know, it's just everybody, when you take them out sometimes, you know, it might be a little saliva stuck to them. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to eat, you might not be trying to look at all that. So but one time I did, oh man, I had them in a napkin, and the bus boy came and, you know, took the napkin, brought me a fresh napkin. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, where my Grillz at? Hold on. Get Johnny on the phone. Man.
So Paul, you know, you have gone on, and thank you for sharing with all of us about Grillz, because we are definitely not that knowledgeable about them. But you've gone on to make money doing other things outside of music, and you've been very successful. Chamillionaire also has, Slim Thug also has, Bun B. You know, a lot of artists in the Texas area, and specifically Houston, have gone on to do other things outside of rap successfully. I know you guys all communicate. Thanks for changing the background. And we'll get
There
back
you
to
go.
you know
There
what I'm
you
saying.
go.
What Cadillac is that? A Cadillac?
Yep.
Come on now.
In the background, and then I'd love to hear, like, do you guys talk about y'all businesses and how successful you were, leveraging your music and entertainment profile into other things? You guys have those combos?
Yeah, sometimes we do. Of course, if I have any question, I'm gonna ask, and vice versa. And we're not afraid to ask each other's questions. And at the same time, we're proud to share what we've learned. It's not like I'm trying to hold and guard the information. So whatever I learn, now it might be some tricks of the trade, or it might be some inside information that we might not just divulge out to the world, to the public. But definitely, like, if one of my my brethren hit me up some type of whatever, I'm gonna share all information, inside information, whatever. It's the real deal. Don't worry about that. This all fluff. It's all hype. This is whatever. But a lot of what I learned or all of us has learned is through experience. And if you have bad experiences, you don't want someone else to have those same bad experiences. So let me explain and share what I learned. Now, at the same time, we all recognize too that what worked for me might not work for you. And sometimes you have to find your own route. And a lot of times success is by chance. You can do everything right and it still not be successful. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just might not be meant to be, or it might be timing on whatever different type of side venture or project, you know what I'm saying? So, but we definitely are very collaborative and open when it comes to, sharing that type of information. We was always taught from the jump to have, outside hustles. We came into the rap game, like we didn't come up like, oh, we're going to be rappers, that's going to be our career. We were doing other things, and rap is just what we loved, that was our sport we played, you know what I'm saying? It was like, is what we did. So, it wasn't it was a different type of focus when it came to money. And then when we realized you can make money off of rap, okay, bet. Well, we're hustling. We're gonna go get it. Let's get it. But then at some point, you gotta, think about what's more important. Is it the money off the music, or is it your integrity as a hip hop artist? You know what I'm saying? Or you don't want to be seen as somebody who just chasing money. Because when you're making music for the money, it's definitely a different type of music is when you're making it for the art. You know what I'm saying? And you got to find that intersection, you know what I'm saying, of what works. But being a hustler, being a go-getter, and then at the same time, there's some businesses that, you got to keep on the low because, like Chameleon, he got so much tech stuff going on, investments he got going. Some of them small, some of them big, some of them panned out, some of them didn't. But, talking to him, we only hear about the big successes,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Or with any of us, we either hear about the huge failures or the huge successes. But there's so many, you know what I'm saying, foul balls. There's so many just single rights, you know what I'm saying, that just get overlooked. People don't think about, you know what I'm saying? And you got to go out there and try. And, like I say, man, we're going to definitely get it, and we will be collaborative for sure.
So it's the 15th anniversary of the People's Champ, and Rosenberg and I were looking through some of the tracks. And can you share like special personal moments when creating this album, like things that take you back that are just super meaningful to you?
Yeah, all the songs on there was kind of like I was in I wouldn't say I was still like a young rookie at that time. So when it came to putting the album together, I didn't really know what to do. All I knew what to do was go to the studio and write verses. I couldn't even really come up with songs. I just could write hard verses. So it was like a gumbo of different type of, sounds and songs. And it was a process with my boy T. Ferris, my boy Pretty Todd. We just was in there trying to figure out which songs got the cohesiveness to go together to really sound good. But definitely working with Juicy J and DJ Paul, that was dope, because they always were my favorite, some of my favorites. So to be able to work with them on there, they also, came and got in my Sitting Sideways video, which was huge for me, you know what I'm saying? And also as well as working with Trey Songz on the album, working with T.I. T.I. is somebody who, through my ascension in the mainstream, when I first came in, even just in the Switch House, I was down with T.I. and him and the whole crew was showing me a lot of love, giving me a lot of game on just how to get it and just how to expand. And so for him to do a song for me, same with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, somebody I always had a lot of love, respect for since he was in the Hot Boys. I was a huge fan of the Hot Boys. I used to do promotions for Cash Money Records back in the day. So to do a song with BG on my album, do a song with Lil Wayne on my album, it like meant something personally to me. Same as well with having Big Pokey on Sitting Sideways. Big Pokey was somebody I idolize, still do to this day. Him and Lil Kiki and Fat Pat, those were my favorite rappers growing up. You know, Houston Screwed Up Click artists. They created a sound, a style that gave all of us in Houston a identity that changed the course of our lives. And, you know, so to be able to do a song with somebody who I revered like that was definitely a dream come true. And actually, when we did Sitting Sideways, originally, Lil Kiki was on it as well, but neither one of them was signed to a deal. So my label, Asylum and Atlantic, Swisher House, well, really Swisher House, we was trying to push for Lil Kiki and Big Pokey, but Asylum and Atlantic was like, hey, look, we're not, you know, gonna do all this work. This is gonna be a huge song, and we can't have two unsigned artists on there. You know, you can pick. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna run with Big Pokey since he on the hook, and we're gonna put Lil Kiki on the remix. But
so,
you know,
I'm sorry, Paul. I was just gonna say on that song though, and what it did for you. Did you feel always a real sense of obligation in the years that followed because you became such sort of an ambassador for Houston? Did you feel a real sense of obligation to put on these cats before you who maybe didn't see the national exposure that you saw?
Oh, hands down. But it wasn't an obligation. It was more like an honor because to me, they were my favorites. So it was like if, you know, I don't know, you know, if Jay-Z was still an independent kind of underground rapper right now, but you knew he was like, man, he's cold, or Rakim, you know, or just one of the goats of the GOAT.
Right.
You know, if they were just unheard, like just still independent and kind of known around the neighborhood or the city, but not known around, you know, maybe the country the way you feel like they should be known, you know. So that's how I felt like, man, how does the whole world don't know who Lil Kiki is? That's how I would feel. How does the whole world not know who Fat Pat and DJ Screw is? Because to me, they were the greatest. The way they would go into the studio and freestyle off the top of their head, you know, just saying whatever comes to their mind for hours, and almost none of it being repetitive was just, you know, mind-blowing, and all of it being something that, you know, when you hear it, it's like, oh my God, what is they saying? And it was just, it really, like I say, man, I idolized them, so I definitely felt an obligation, but it was more like an honor. It was like a dream come true. Like if you playing basketball and then you know, you make it to the finals, and or you got a good squad, and you LeBron, and you're like, okay, we need a couple more 6 men here and there. Who we gonna get? All right, let's go try to see if we can get Carmelo. You know what I'm saying? Or let's go see if we can go get some of these other players that, you know, might be my partner or might be somebody I know, but I ain't really never get to work with them on the team. But I know what they got, and I know they got hard. I know I can count on them. Hey, let's go get them. Let's go win this championship.
I'm glad you brought up championship in basketball. We'll come back to that for Houston in a second.
Wow.
But before we get to that, and you know me as a Lakers fan, get to disrespect y'all a little bit. Around this same time, 2005, Kanye threw you on Drive Slow too on his late registration.
Yes.
Did you even attempt to reciprocate that, where it was like, yo, Kanye, jump on my album, or that just never even panned out?
Man, I didn't, you know, there's so much red tape, especially for artists, you know, that type of caliber.
So he wasn't fucking with your album. He wanted that Houston sound on late registration, but he wasn't jumping on your record.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but a lot of times I don't even shoot my shot just because I'm like, man, I know it's going, you know, I got somebody that's 8 foot blocking the rim, so I ain't even going to shoot my shot, you know. But, I mean, I will say this, though, you know, they let me put Drive Slow on People's Champ. So,
true.
Which still was, I was like, man, y'all gonna let me, because that's unheard of. That's more independent. We might do that, you know what I'm saying? If the songs take off, hey, let me put that on my album too. All right, baby, go ahead, baby. You know, but
so essentially that was the look. That worked out for everybody, and Kanye probably, you know, made sure that happened.
But I ain't complaining. If he wouldn't have let me put it on mine, hey man, it's for me to even be on a song with Kanye on his album, especially an album that type of magnitude.
Yo, late registration's
man.
fire, bro.
Well, and also that song was, us East Coast hip hop heads, we're all such snobs. I mean, it took a long time for the South to get appreciated. We could pretend like in 05 everyone had appreciation, but they didn't. So you getting that look and you bodying it the way you did, it elevated your entire brand nationally to all the, hip hop snobs who were maybe checking for the Kanyes but weren't checking for Houston the way they should have been.
Yeah, I definitely I got a lot of calls from people when I was on that, when it came out. They was like, hey, you killed it. It was a lot of calls that I normally wouldn't get. I'm gonna say two things. One, coming up, especially in that time, okay, we're going back to the time, just like you said, a lot of the South maybe wasn't, it was unheard. People didn't understand the culture a lot, and people didn't understand what a lot of the people from the South were saying, and it was a different style, different sound. So once people kind of got familiar with it, I think, it was a lot more open minds, I think. But me coming up, all my hip-hop elders, they all warned us, hey, when you go to New York, watch out. They ain't got no love for the South. They gonna boo you. You might get in fights. They used to always tell us that. But I'm going to tell you, man, from the bottom of my heart, I never once ever experienced that in New York. But my head always be on the swivel because I heard that.
Because you heard about it so much.
Well, look,
Right.
It's New York. Your head always got to be on the
first
swivel
time I
anyway.
Yeah, real talk. But the first time I ever came to New York, even till when I was just there right before COVID lockdown, man, I always got love. And, man, I'm just like, and I think about it like, man, I was just primed up to be ready for the hate, but I never got it. I never received it. So shout out to everybody who showed me love on the East Coast in New York. What it do?
For sure. So back to Houston and basketball.
Why? Why are you doing this?
And then after we do Houston and basketball, we're going to do Houston and baseball.
Oh,
He's still repping. He's still
and that season ain't
repping.
over yet. So we ain't get knocked out the playoffs yet for baseball, so I can chill for that still.
Listen. The baseball story for y'all. Do y'all just ignore the facts on that championship and just like, look, we won it? I know y'all don't say we won it fair and square.
What you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, God.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. If we'd have lost, I'd be hot, but we won, so I'm not hot. Hey, what can I say? Am I a hypocrite? Hell yeah, but we got the ring. And I mean, hey, a lot of other teams in baseball have.
Well, we're not talking about other teams. We're not talking about that. That's how people always want to talk about.
I'm talking about the parody.
Parody,
so
Ebro. The parody.
Hey, now I will say this. I feel horrible for Clayton Kershaw because, he's one of my favorite pitchers. That curveball is nasty. He's from Texas, too. I met him several times, man. I feel so bad for Clayton Kershaw, man, but hopefully that'll give him motivation. They got a good squad. The Dodgers got a good squad. And I would say this. It ain't, so far it hasn't been alleged that the Dodgers did it. So, hey, I know that is a little different scenario. But I'm going to keep on going with it. The players weren't told not to do it. It was the GM who was told not to do it. So, hey, I'm mad at the GM. He gone.
Listen, I've never seen anything like this.
This is different.
This is different. This is a different type of cop and please.
Hey, what we talking about again? I can't remember what we talking about.
We're talking about the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, man,
We're talking about the Houston Rockets, man, getting washed by my Lakers. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, man. I mean, I knew it was over when the Rockets blew the Lakers out game 1. When the score kept going up, I was like, man, what is y'all doing? Y'all ain't doing nothing but dig a ditch. Because LeBron is not going to play, man. As soon as all the talk shows get to talking about LeBron washed up and it's over for him, they ain't going to do it. Oh, what? He came out there game 2 out of Tiger. It was over. From that
You hear D'Antoni said he's not coming back.
Good. Yo, can people stop with the D'Antoni thing? He's a good coach. All right, he's a good coach. He gets right there all the time, right there. But his defenses are always suspect. And that's it. That's the story. And you can't win championships without defense, period.
Yeah, You gotta have that tenacity. You gotta, because that be the difference makers. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that be the momentum shifters. You know, a good block, a good steal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That be the momentum shifter. But Mike D'Antoni, though, I did see a lot of people calling for him to leave or whatever, get fired or not come back, whatever. But the main coach the Houston sports world is not feeling is Bill O'Brien, man, from the Houston Texans.
Bro, how mad is Houston about DeAndre Hopkins being gone? I don't even understand it, bro.
Yo, that was crazy.
No one understands it, man. We wanted Bill O'Brien gone before that. We've been wanting him gone. But, man, after that, he was somebody, especially after losing Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson, retired, or when he went to the Colts and then retired, man, he was a GOAT. So how do you replace him? And we always felt so bad for Andre Johnson because we always had sorry teams, but a great and amazing player. And we felt so bad for him, man. Why we can't get him weapons? Why we can't get him a quarterback? All these other things. We build defenses up. We never get a quarterback. Then all of a sudden when we about to get a quarterback, DeAndre Hopkins come in, Andre Johnson leave. So we like, okay, DeAndre Hopkins, okay, man, we got like a new Andre Johnson right here, man.
Turns out he's better than Andre Johnson. Right.
Right. We gonna have it. We was ready to have him for 10, 15 years, now, man, it's heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? To have that tandem duo, Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, and then the coach making some suspect derogatory comments about his baby mama and all some other things. And
crazy.
You're getting traded off. What's going on, man?
That's not right. It's not good.
Yeah,
it's not what you want.
The Houston Texans have definitely had several office or administrative disappointments in the last couple of years, from ownership comments to that situation, which brings us to how proud of you, though, are you of the players who have been outspoken on the Houston Texans and just athletes around Texas, despite the climate? Texas has its own political climate. But, cities like Houston and other, even Austin, some other cities have been very progressive within that kind of Texas political construct about addressing Black Lives Matter and police brutality, taking a knee, just making sure they honor these black players and these black families that are being, abused at the hands of the state and police, et cetera, et cetera. How proud are you as a Texan for the changes you're seeing happen culturally there?
Man, extremely proud. But, you look at it and it's never enough. It's nowhere near enough. A lot of the things that are happening are so minimal. And a lot of it's just, just talk, what I'm saying? Not the action. Is they talk about it before they do it instead of doing it before they talk about it, But the athletes, though, to see them have the courage to step out there and do that, because one, they putting their money on the line for their families. They're putting the opportunities of generational wealth on the line for maybe losing sponsorships and other partnerships. You know what I'm saying? They're putting themselves at odds with the team ownership and the management, because everybody's trying to, they don't want any type of controversy. So the coaches are trying to get everybody quiet down. Don't do this, don't do that. So to see them take that courage, is very inspiring. Thinking back even to when Dwayne Brown, when he was getting into it with the owners, and then he got traded to Seattle. We as well, that was one of the things we were scratching our heads for the Texans, because he's a world-class offensive lineman. And, to think that we could have had Dwayne Brown, Deshaun Watson, and DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Man, what if? But, like I say, though, to see the courage that these athletes are doing, rappers, whatever any rapper is doing, it might take a little bit of courage. But, man, what the athletes are doing, I really give
structure.
it up to them, man. Because, yeah, they, if I step out and say something, or I'm protesting, or if I go to these rallies, I'm not losing no sponsorships or nothing, unless I got something I'm sponsored by somebody who's, but I'm not. I don't have none. So, I'm not losing those sponsorships, and few rappers are, unless you got like a huge sponsorship. But nowadays, too.
Well, and now the corporations, they not pulling no sponsorship because they going to get fried out here, whether they like it or not.
Right.
But teams are a different thing. You're playing for a different thing with that fan base, ownership, et cetera.
Season ticket holders.
It's a lot.
Right. Right. And then, and as an artist too, it's not like I'm getting traded. Atlantic trading me to Def Jam, Drake trading me to Interscope. And then I'm signing with somebody. You can get signed as a free agent as an artist, but I guess, but not you're not getting traded. But in sports world, I come out protesting, saying something, and they trade me to a team I don't want to play on, or a team that they know I'm not gonna fit in because I got into it with them last year when we played. On Christmas. Hey man, it's a lot of inner strategies and politics involved in sports. But I definitely give it up to anybody out there. No matter what you're doing, no matter what your career path is, if you stepping out, for a good cause, to make some type of change, especially if you're doing the change or trying to do the change, not just talking about it. Big salute to you.
Full circle, by the way, to put a bow on it. I saw someone, I can't remember who. I saw a wide receiver, I think, yesterday playing in the NFL with full grills. How often do you see the full grill?
Or is that a mouthpiece that looks like a grill?
No, it was definitely. I definitely saw. It might have been permanent. They might have been permanent.
Yeah, there are a few that do have grills. Alvin Kamara, we made him some grills, but I don't think he's a permanent. There's a few though.
Shout out to Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, big shout out. He killed it yesterday too.
It might have been Kamara wearing rocking it.
What'd you say?
I said it might have been Kamara. I'm trying to remember who it was who I saw rocking it yesterday. And do all these cats come to you, by the way?
Yeah, some of them, maybe not all of them, but working with Johnny, being partners with Johnny, we got so many wholesalers out there, so it'd be a lot of random people that are jewelers selling this person, that person, you, Ebro, Laura, everybody Grillz, and then coming back to us, and we make them. So,
Laura, maybe you should get some.
Sold it to you, but we made it.
Maybe you
Laura
should get
Grillz already. You didn't know?
Maybe you should get the unborn baby grills.
Oh God.
Well, they can't do the mold because there ain't no teeth yet.
Facts.
Laura's about to be a mom, Paul Wall.
Congratulations.
So if she fall asleep
Thank
during this
you.
interview, it's just she tired. She's tired. Don't worry about it. Paul Wall, real talk. Are you cracking 7 figures annually just on grills? Just on
Yo, Ebro.
Yo, man,
That
stay in
is
his pocket.
fucking-
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, it's a lot of money being made on grills. Let me just put it that way, man.
So like if you got an album, you putting out music right now, you got the Iceman record, we're gonna play that. You got an album coming out. What's the name of the album?
The album's called Subculture.
Yeah.
In October, right?
Yeah, it comes out October 2nd. I went in with Red Bull Studios. They got a crazy studio out in LA.
Oh man, why you put the Astros logo on the album cover, man? Come on, man.
Let me cover it up for you.
Now, so I know where Ebro was going. The music's all for fun, though, huh?
Yeah.
Man, really, the music is like that's what I'm saying. Like when I can focus on music being an art and not strategizing in the studio. Hey, we got to come up with a song like this or like that. This is the blueprint we want to, I want to do what I want to do for what I want to do. It's been like the independent game is where I came from, so that's kind of where my heart has always been, at the underground. Those are the artists I respect the most, that I listen to daily. I don't listen to too much mainstream music. I try not to make too much mainstream music. Most of the music I make is for slab riders. You know what I'm saying? It's for us. For me, what I want to listen to when I'm in my slab, that's the kind of music I make. That's not the type of music that sells the most or maybe get played on the radio the most, but that's what I want to make. And I've been blessed to be successful financially, through music and through other things, to where when I'm making my music, I can make what I want to make, not, I got bills to pay, man. I got, it's a different type of thing. But this album right here is something slightly a little bit different. I went a different route with this one, being that I went in with Red Bull Studios, and I went with a different group of producers and writers, top notch. And we went in there and just got it in. We just, like I said, it was about a week or two straight. And we had a lot of fun with it as well, but it was a different, I kind of came out of my Houston element where everything is all slab music to working with them. And we got a few slab songs on there, but it's definitely it's some dope music, man.
So I have to assume that the album cover behind you is a peek inside of your world, from a rim shop to it looked like some sort of fitness situation with some yoga and a stripper pole. There's a stripper pole that runs through the whole building.
That's right.
It's more to it too. It won't show the whole thing because I'm widescreen and it need to be a little bit taller.
But then I see
Yeah.
I see some cannabis business there.
Yeah. Okay, hello. Right down here is a little money pit. It's at the bottom. I don't know if you can see, but at the bottom, yeah, it's covered up.
It's
There's
cut
a money
off.
Pit. Yeah.
But that's just
It's a few
funding.
other-
The money pit is just your financial funding, how you fund everything.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So how many businesses do you have right now?
Man, I got
Just
a few.
Like more
I said,
more than 7 different businesses?
Oh yeah, hands down. Probably more than 20, maybe.
20 different revenue streams.
I mean, if we want to be real, I probably got 50 plus, but 40 of them I'm not going to mention. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of them are at the beginning stages, or maybe they're past.
Yeah, I don't want to
the
know
prime.
like what types of businesses, but I mean just different. So you could say 40 I'm investing in and I want to become something. Another 10 are making me money.
Right. I probably got about 10 of them at least is making money.
That are profitable.
Right. With these type of businesses, this is what if I got all the money, if I'm the only one with all the money, then when you need money, who you coming to?
That's
you coming to me. You know what I'm saying? But if I got all the money, but I can't do all the work. Now I might be capable of doing all the jobs individually, but I can't. There's not enough time in the day or energy to do all the work needed. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I learned, man. A lot of people say don't hire your friends, and I respect that. I feel that because you can't really boss them around the same way you might boss around somebody that's not your friend. But I don't know. I was always taught that you put on your people. So if I need something done and you capable of doing it, and you my partner, yeah, I'm gonna hire you. I'm gonna pay you. You got kids too. I'm not gonna crumb you. You know what I'm saying? So why would I crumb you just so I can have the new Cadillac that's coming out next year?
And you ain't got it.
Everything.
Yeah.
Right. And then, but your car breaking down and you got a baby on the way and this and that, like, nah, man, that's just how we was taught to put your people on. You know what I'm saying? So definitely with each business, it provides new opportunities for, my niece to get a job, for my nephews to get a job. My partner just came home from jail, need a job, so these type of things. Now, I tell each one of these people too, hey, man, what you're getting right here, you're not going to get this out in the free world or normal world, getting a job. The way they treat you, not going to be the same way I treat you. I'm going to treat you with love and respect. They not. They don't care about you. I do care about you, So, you might be showing up to work late or on your phone, not taking it serious. Hey, man, just know that stuff ain't going to play in the real world just because I might be letting you make it. Time is money too. So, hey, don't treat me with the same respect that I'm treating you. So you got to come to work prepared. Don't make me fire you. I don't want to fire you. I had them conversations up front, and a lot of these jobs might be boring. They might not be, rapper on stage job. That's
right.
Everybody want to be the star on the stage. Somebody got to carry the bag. Somebody got to be the security. Somebody got to be the sound engineer. Somebody got to run the merch table. Somebody got to take the grill mold. Somebody got to be one to drive the bus. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of jobs out there needed,
That's dope.
Paul Wall, baby. Subculture, the album, the single, Iceman. Keep growing, keep glowing, keep doing your thing. It's always great to see you, sir. Shining like that, man. Keep going.
Anytime,
Thank you very
Paul.
much,
Appreciate
man.
you, bro.
Paul
Great to
Wall,
see you,
baby.
Paul.
Get that new album, Subculture.
Already.
All right, man. Thank you, bro.
Later,
Hey,
bro.
appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Later,
man.
man. Anytime.